Well, I tell you, it's easy in the Sacramento region to think about a number of problems. Think about homelessness, think about crime, think about the economy, and when we're filming this, thinking about global issues. But what I think about fatherlessness, it's the single number one social issue plaguing our region and affecting our state and our nation and our world. And just very specifically, because you know I'm the president of William Jessup University, I've been really saddened in the last 11 years how many young men and young women that I've talked to where they do not know their father and they do not know their grandfather. I want you to catch that. 2 generations where there's been no significant male presence in their lives. And that's happening with an increasing number of kids. That's just a really painful burden. So I think fatherlessness is the number one social issue in our community. I really believe the church has a fundamental issue to address fatherlessness, and as we've talked about, I really believe that it is a pandemic. It's an unnamed pandemic, but it's affecting all of culture, all of society. So here's the way I see it. I always tell people that I love Jesus, I love my family, and I love the church. And what I believe is when the family is in trouble, that the church has an opportunity and a responsibility, a stewardship really, to go after men in the church. You've read the statistics, and if you haven't, you ought to. If a child grows up in a family where just mom goes to church, only a small percentage of them continue in church after they turn 18. But if a child grows up in a family where dad and mom go to church, a big percentage go. But here's one more. What happens if a child grows up where only dad goes to church? About 5 times as many of those kids continue. So here's what I would say to churches. Reaching men, discipling them, seeing men come to know Jesus and discipling them in their faith so that they're everyday faithful followers of Jesus is the single biggest missional priority of churches. Now I want to say this. In all the churches that I had the privilege to pastor and lead, one of the things I was grateful for, I made hundreds of mistakes, but one of the things I was grateful for is that wives and girlfriends would tell me that this was the very first church that their husband or that their boyfriend would attend. I really think churches need to focus on reaching the men. You reach the men, you'll get the women and the children.